Ooh. Hey everybody, PJ here. I'm going to show off a couple of mobile antennas that I got here. I ended up getting the Atas120A, and it was a good antenna. It still is a good antenna. But then I ended up finding right after that a Tarheel 100A, or no, sorry, a Tarheel 100 HP, sorry. It's a little more robust, a little more pricey, but a lot bigger antenna. And the only reason I got it is because, for one, you can't buy them right now from Tarheel. I've been looking. I was looking for one of these before I got that. That was like, okay, well, if I can't get that, then I'll get me one of those. Well, as soon as I got that one, I found that one online, and for a really good price. So I had to jump on it. Now, hopefully you can hear me. I got this one right here. It just screws down on a SO239 mount. You can twist it on and off. So like if you want to take it off, I'll take it. And you just screw it off. Hopefully you can hear me from back there. I tried to get both of them in frame, but you can just take it off and put it in. And that's how big it is. I mean, it's not much. It don't weigh much. I think it's like 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds. Then you just put it back on, same way you took it off, just the opposite. Tarheel, not quite so easy, because it has a big old bracket. Now I've made this bracket for it, and I have a quick disconnect coming for the whip. Right now I've got to screw the whip off of it, so let me do that. Hold on to your part washer. But it's got a 5-foot whip. The Atas has a 3-foot whip. Tarheel's a little more versatile. You can't change the whip on that one. I guess you could if you modified it. This one will accept a 3-foot whip to a 12-foot whip. It'll change your bands, of course, you know, depending on the coil, how high you have it up. But 5-foot covers 10 through 80, so 10 meters through 80 meters on this antenna. That one's 10 through 40. So with this one I gained 60 meters and 80 meters. With that one, I can't do either one of those. But a lot bigger antenna. This one only works with Yaesu radios that have the Atas function in the radio. So you just you select your tuner inside the radio like you would external, internal, or Atas. 991, 891, DX10s, 857Ds, they'll all do it, I think. But you just hit the tune button on it, and that one will go where it needs to. Of course, both of these are screwdriver antennas, so this isn't the full height. It's 10 meters is about down to here. This piece will be down to here. This is tuned to 40 meters right now. This one's tuned to 40 meters. I put them both on 40 to show the difference. I took the whip off of this one though, just to show, because you can't take this one off as easy as that one. So if I want it down, what I ended up having to do is I made a bracket to where I can fold it down in the back of the truck, and it'll just ride. It'll stay right there. Pretty bouncy, but probably no more than up on top of the truck. Of course, I wouldn't be riding with it like that all the time. I mean, this is just basically if I'm in a parking lot or somewhere I don't want it standing up all the time, I can just fold it down. That'll get a lot easier when I get the quick disconnect for the whip, because now I got to screw it on and off. But I would do like a comparison in between the two, but I can't do that with them both on the truck, so I have to lay this one down in order to use that one, and I have to take that one off to use this one. So signal on them is pretty comparable, but the Tarheel definitely wins on that part. Like me and Roger, KE4BFG, and Henry, AG4QG, and Donnie, KG, LDK. Sorry, I forgot his. He got his prefix. Let me put this back on. But not going into no script or nothing, but yeah, like this one going to work on 40 meters, I can talk to all of them from here to work. With the Atas, I can't hear Roger at all. Very, very low sometimes, but he never comes up. This one, I'll have him sometimes S5, S7. Where this one, the most I'll usually get him is about an S3 at the highest points once I get farther out and everything. That's on 40 meters. 80 meters, I can talk to him on the way home. On this one, of course, when this thing's on 80 meters, it's 2 foot, it's 20 inches higher. So this whole thing goes up to about right here, and it's a lot taller. So you gotta watch where you're going. But like I say, I just want to make a video to show the two on the truck. There's no comparison yet. I just wanted to show them off and see. I don't know if you can see, but the Tarheel sitting there measuring from the top of the bed, and I measured from the top of the bed on this one. This one's 5'3" on 40 meters. This one is 8 foot. That's with a 5-foot whip on it. That's on 40 meters. Of course, like I say, on the Tarheel, add another 20 inches if you go up to 80. Both of them fairly low on, say, 10 meters. The Tarheel, the top of this right here will be about right here on 10 meters, so it only gains about 5 inches down. This one, it's about 5 inches too, but that makes it quite a bit shorter. This antenna though, see if I can take it out. So when this one's down, it'll go all the way down here, so it's only, you know, like this long, maybe even shorter. It's about like that. And 2 pounds, this might be a good backpacking antenna, really, because you can take the little Allen heads off, take the whip out, put the whip in. It's 3 foot. This will be, you know, about that tall. You can put that probably in a backpack. Then you just need some radials and stuff, you know, for counterpoises for putting it over ground, and then a Yaesu radio, and you can go way more portable than you can with this one. I'm still debating on keeping this or not. This one just works so much better. I have this one to move from this truck to my other truck. It's as simple as doing this right here, just taking the radio out, putting it in the truck, and then just screwing this off, screwing it on my other truck with a mount that's already on my other truck. This one, I haven't got that far yet, but the mount is made with a like a satellite dish mount, and then a piece of 2-inch square tubing that fits right in here. And I'm gonna put this one in my other truck, and like I say, I should be able to just take the bolt out, take the pin out. I have to undo the coax and the ground wire, and then I can just move the whole thing over into this one, hook it up, and go. So it's definitely not going to be as easy to switch out from one vehicle to the other, which is, when I think of HF mobile, that's what I want. And versatility is a big thing, because I want to be able to, like I say, I do hiking and stuff. I'm sure you've seen my channel and stuff, so you know, I want to do like soda some, you know, go up on top of the mountain and make contacts. I can probably do that with the Atas. So definitely a reason to probably keep it. You ain't gonna do that with a Tarheel though. That one's gonna be mobile, mobile vehicle only. You ain't gonna throw that thing in no backpack. I just wanted to kind of show them off a little bit. Comparison, so to speak. There ain't no clear cut, like I say, signal wise. There's probably I'm gonna say a pretty decent amount of difference in the Tarheel and the Atas on signal out. Because I mean, this one has a really small coil inside of there, and it's I think maybe 18 gauge wire that's makes up the coil. Where this one has this coil in here that's a lot bigger around, so the Q factor is a little better, and it's a bigger gauge wire. So it looks like it's probably about 14 gauge, which is why it's high powered. Might even be 12, I'm not sure. They ain't got no specs for me to find that out, but I'm sure I could talk to Bob maybe and find out. But yeah, I have to do a little comparison on signals one day just to see. Like I say, I tried to do it the other day like this, but they're too close together, and the Atas would pick up signal off of the Tarheel's whip, and it just wasn't good. I got to lay one down to use one and take it off, so it'd be a little process, and I'd have to do a lot of editing and stuff. So just to show you where I'm going though with the mobile thing, because I've really got to where I enjoy mobile on HF. It's I like 2 meter on the repeaters, but my 2 meter going into work, hitting a repeater out here that everybody hangs out on that I talk to, it's spotty throughout there. I mean, sometimes I can hear them, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I'm full quadding all the way, sometimes I'm not. HF's kind of the same, but I ain't got to rely on the repeater either. So like when the repeater goes down, I can still do that. But yeah, they're quite a bit difference in size, for sure. Like I say, this one will be a lot better. Once I get my disconnect, it should come tomorrow. All I have to do is take and push that down and take the whip off, and then I can go under, you know, like through bank drive-throughs and stuff like that without having to worry about it. This one, the way I have it mounted, I can't do that. I just got to let it's a pretty flexible whip, so it'll take a lot to break it or knock it off of there. This one's a little stouter whip, but it'll bend. I can't reach up there and do it. It'll do pretty good, but it'd be better if I could just take it off. Because like I say, it sticks up about 3 foot more than that one. But a little more robust for sure. This one, I'd say this one, as long as you don't hit nothing solid with it. I think if you was to hit something with this one, like a tree limb smack on the side or something, it could break that SO239. So I think that would be the weakest point on this one. It's good now as long as you don't smack nothing with it. I think the Tarheel though will take a pretty good hit with the mount I've got, and this that Lexan plastic pretty tough, so it should take a decent hit if I hit something. But I only say that because it's on this truck right here, and this is my mountain truck, so this will definitely be going in the mountains. I hadn't done that yet. We'll see. I'm kind of waiting until I get my quick disconnect on the whip, just in case I need to take it off real fast. But that way I can at least lay it down. Well, that's it. Just show where I'm at on the mobile. I'm liking it. We'll have to do some signal checks on it one day. Maybe run the Tarheel one day, maybe the Atas one day, and just to see. Like I say, now far out stations, Tarheel definitely. I was playing with that the other day, and I did have it down. And man, like far out stations, this one definitely. Of course, you got more antenna in there, and that makes a difference on your signal. You know? So, but this ain't no slouch, I'll say that. I made quite a few contacts on this thing, and if you want just a small, compact HF mobile antenna, easy to install, easy to take off, throw in the truck when you ain't using it. This right here is a good antenna. I ain't taking away nothing from it at all. I just know when I looked at these, Roger and Henry both have one of these Tarheels, and every time I was close by or whatever, we'd try them and test them or whatever, and this one just always seemed to be a little bit. Now this one, like say you use the tuner and the tuner button in the radio, this one actually has a manual switch. You go up and down to run it up and down, and then you put it in AM, low power, key up, and then adjust your SWR. This one I can get to 1-to-1 on all bands. This one right here, lowest I got it, and that's with the best ground I can get, was probably about on 40 meters, probably about a 1.8 to 2. 2-to-1 on the SWR. 10 meters, 20 meters, I could get it about 1.5, 1.6, which is good. But this one I can get flat. That's one of the main differences. And that's a key thing, because I mean, the better your SWR you got, you know, the better power out you got, you know, the more efficient your antenna. 2-to-1, I don't think it's going to affect it that much, but I didn't get it as good as signal reports on this one starting off as that one. That's why I want to do a comparison. I'll quit rambling, because that's really what I'm doing. Basically, just look at them and see the differences in them right there. Wanted to show off that mount and show how I had that. But that's two mobile antennas right there. Of course, I'll take one off here in just a little bit, which will be probably the Atas for now, because I'm still messing with the Tarheel to see what it does. But yeah, y'all have a good day. It's starting to be pretty out here. It was pretty cold this morning. And we'll talk to y'all later sometime. Like I say, I'll try to do a comparison on here when I get time. Holidays coming up and everything. We got a lot going on, so might be a little while, but we'll see. You know how I like to experiment. Y'all have a good PJ. AK4 PJ.